They will always ask. They will always question, why are you like this? Why do you act this way? Why do you not fit into the world's little boxes? They are not curious, they are not interested. They are calculating, measuring, trying to see if you are worth their time, their respect, their attention. You see, the world does not value what is freely explained. The moment you start justifying yourself, the moment you start proving your worth, you have already lowered your price. You have shown them that you seek approval, that you crave validation, and nothing loses value faster than something desperate to be accepted. Look around you. The ones who are truly valued never explain. The powerful do not beg for understanding. The strong do not argue their worth. They simply are, and the world either accepts it or gets out of the way. You must understand this. People do not see your value, they see your price. And the moment you start explaining, they start negotiating. They will chip away at you piece by piece until you are worth nothing. So stop explaining, stop justifying, stop handing out pieces of yourself like a salesman at a bargain store. You are not a product to be discounted. You are the rare, the untouchable, the one they do not fully understand but cannot ignore. Maintain your value. Never explain your cost. Let them wonder, let them guess. Let them try to figure you out while you keep rising higher, untouchable and unstoppable. You want to know the truth? Most people are prisoners, not in a cage you can see, but a prison of their own mind. They wake up every day wearing invisible chains, chains of fear, doubt, and insecurity. They smile, they laugh, but deep down they are trapped. Trapped by the need to be understood, trapped by the desire to be accepted. They want the world to see their value, but here is the problem. The world does not care. No one is interested in how much pain you have endured. No one cares how hard your life has been. You could cry, scream, or bleed. It changes nothing. People only care about what you can give them. And the moment you stop giving, you become invisible. You see, the world is full of people who are too busy explaining themselves, explaining why they are good enough, explaining why they deserve respect, explaining their worth as if they owe the world an apology for simply existing. They talk too much, but here is the harsh reality. Words are cheap. The more you explain yourself, the more they question you. They poke, they prod, they search for weakness. Why? Because people only respect what they cannot fully understand. The moment you start explaining your value, you make it easier for them to reduce you to nothing. Think about it. When was the last time the world truly valued someone who begged to be understood? Exactly. It does not happen. The people who are respected, feared, and admired do not waste time explaining themselves. They let their presence speak louder than words. But you? What are you doing? You are wasting your breath handing out explanations like loose change. You are showing your weaknesses without even realizing it. Every time you try to justify who you are, you give the world permission to judge you. And believe me, they will. You wonder why they do not respect you. It is because you keep telling them why they should. You wonder why they overlook you. It is because you make yourself easy to figure out. There is no mystery, no power, no reason to see you as anything more than ordinary. And here is the biggest mistake. You think if you explain yourself enough, people will finally understand. But they will not. They never will. Most people are too selfish to care, too distracted to listen. The more you explain, the more they take you for granted. Your value is fading because you are too eager to prove it. Every explanation, every justification, these are cracks in your armor. And the world, it loves to find those cracks and tear you apart. So, ask yourself, how long will you keep begging for people to see your worth? How long will you keep handing out pieces of yourself, hoping someone will finally understand? Because as long as you keep explaining, you will never be free. You are not their explanation. You are not their entertainment. And if you do not stop now, you will lose everything that makes you powerful. Enough. It is time to face the truth. You have spent too much time explaining, too much time seeking approval, too much time hoping someone would see your worth. And for what? Did it change anything? Did the world suddenly start respecting you? No. They ignored you. They walked past you as if you were nothing, but here you are, still waiting, still hoping that one day someone will finally recognize your value, still believing that if you just explain yourself a little better, they will finally understand. But they will not. They never will, because they do not care. And that is where you fail. You expect fairness in a world that thrives on power. You expect kindness in a world that respects strength. You expect people to value you when all they want is to use you. You want respect? Stop explaining. You want power? Stop begging for it. You want to be valued? Then act like it. Because the truth is brutal, and you need to hear it. No one values what is too easy to understand. Look at the ones who hold power. Do they explain themselves? Do they waste time justifying their actions? No. They walk into a room and the world adjusts to them. They do not seek permission. They do not ask for acceptance. They exist on their own terms, and that is why people respect them. And you? What do? You stand there waiting for approval. You lower your voice, soften your words, make yourself small just so others will not feel uncomfortable. You twist yourself into something they will like, hoping they will accept you, and every time you do, you lose another piece of who you really are. Do you not see it? You are your own worst enemy. You are the reason they do not respect you, because you have given them permission to question you. You have given them the power to decide your worth, and the more you do it, the less they care. So tell me, how much longer will you keep doing this? How much more of yourself will you throw away just to fit in? You think you need them. You think you need their approval, their validation, their respect, but you do not. What you need is control. Control over yourself. Control over your emotions. Control over the way the world perceives you. And control starts with one simple rule. Never explain your cost. Do not lower yourself to their level. Do not let them measure you, weigh you, decide if you are worth it. That is not their decision to make. It is yours. So, stop waiting, stop justifying, stop proving. They will never understand you, and that is exactly why they will never be able to control you. Power is not given, it is taken. And the moment you stop explaining yourself, you take it back. Now listen carefully, because this is where everything changes. You have spent too much time trying to prove yourself, too much time explaining, justifying, defending, but that is over now. No more explanations, no more seeking approval, no more wasting your breath on those who will never truly see your worth. You want power? The less they know about you, the more they fear you. The less they understand you, the more they respect you. People do not value what they can easily figure out. They value what remains just out of reach, what they cannot fully grasp. So here is the solution. Become untouchable. Stop explaining. Stop proving. Stop handing out your thoughts and emotions like a desperate salesman trying to make a deal. Your silence will do more for you than 1,000 words ever could. Think about it. The people who are truly respected do not talk about their worth. They show it. They walk into a room and the atmosphere shifts. People do not question them because their presence speaks louder than words ever could. That is what you must become. When someone asks why you are the way you are, let them wonder. When they question your choices, give them no answer. When they try to measure your worth, refuse to be weighed. You are not a product, you are not a bargain, you are not something to be explained and understood, you are something they will never fully figure out, and that is exactly why they will never be able to control you. And do not mistake silence for weakness. This is not about being passive. This is about being in control. Speak when necessary, act with purpose, and never give them more than they deserve. Because the moment you stop explaining, you shift the power back into your hands. Do not tell them who you are. Show them. Through your actions, through your presence, through the unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you owe no one an explanation. When they see that you do not seek approval, they will start seeking yours. When they realize they cannot break you, they will respect you. When they understand that you do not need them, they will want you more than ever. This is how the world works. People chase what they cannot have. They admire what they do not fully understand. They respect what refuses to be explained. So embrace the silence. Let them question. Let them wonder. Let them try to figure you out while you remain beyond their reach. Maintain your value. Never explain your cost. And watch as the world starts treating you exactly the way you always deserved. Now, let me show you what happens when you take control. Imagine walking into a room and the air shifts. People do not know why, but they feel something different. They sense it in your posture, in your silence, in the way you move. You are no longer seeking approval. You are no longer desperate to explain yourself. You are untouchable, and they know it. They will try to read you, but they will fail. They will try to understand you, but you will give them nothing. And in that silence, they will start to respect you. Because what they do not understand, they cannot control. Look at yourself now. You have spent so much time bending, explaining, proving, but not anymore. You are done with that. You are not here to be understood. You are here to be felt. And they will feel you, not through your words, but through your presence. People will respect confidence, not the kind that shouts for attention, but the kind that demands it without a single word. The kind that does not seek validation because it knows its own worth. The kind that does not care if people approve, because approval is meaningless to those who have already chosen themselves. So here is your new reality. You no longer explain yourself. You do not owe anyone a reason for who you are. You do not need to justify your choices, your actions, your existence. If they do not understand you, that is their problem, not yours. Let them wonder. Let them question. Let them guess. While they waste time trying to figure you out, you will already be 10 steps ahead. Because here is the truth. Mystery commands respect. And now you are that mystery. You are no longer the person who needed permission to exist. You are no longer the one seeking acceptance from people who do not deserve you. You are now the one who decides. You choose who is allowed into your world. You choose what parts of yourself you reveal, and most importantly, you choose your own value. No one else. Not society. Not friends. Not family. No one. You define yourself. And the world adjusts to it. Not the other way around. This is power, not loud, desperate power, not the kind that screams for attention. True power is silent. It is unshakable. It is the ability to walk into any room and know that you belong, whether they accept it or not. And the best part? They will feel it. They will respect it. Some will admire you. Some will fear you, but none of them will ever be able to ignore you. So, stand tall. Say nothing when they demand an explanation. Walk away when they try to break you. Look them in the eye and let them know you are not for sale. Maintain your value, never explain your cost. And watch as the world learns to respect you. Now, it is time to make a choice. Will you continue explaining yourself? Justifying your worth, lowering your value for people who will never truly see you? Will you keep begging for their approval, hoping that one day they will finally understand? Or will you rise? Because that is what this is about. Rising. Rising above their judgments. Rising above their expectations. Rising above the need to be understood. The world does not respect weakness. It respects mystery. It respects control. It respects those who carry themselves with unshakable certainty, those who do not seek permission to exist. That is who you must become. A force they cannot ignore, a presence they cannot fully grasp, a mind they can never predict. So, from this moment forward, you speak less and do more. You show your worth, never explain it. You hold your silence when they demand answers, because power is not in words, it is in control. And when they question you, when they ask why you do what you do, you give them nothing. Let them wonder, let them struggle to understand. Let them try to measure you while you remain beyond their reach. Because that is how power works. That is how respect is earned. That is how you become untouchable, maintain your value, never explain your cost, and let them watch as you rise.